He's angry about mortgages. It's Angry Mortgage. He's swearing. He's cursing loud. He's old. He's opinionated. And he's been doing this so damn long. This program is about mortgages, and this is mortgage advice, but the advice may not apply to your situation. Contact licensed mortgage professionals for specific recommendations before you make decisions about mortgages. You may not agree with Ron, but if you don't, he thinks you're wrong. Oh, and did we say there is a lot of swearing?
But you bought a house young.
I did.
Okay.
I was 21 when I bought my house.
Sure. And that served you well.
It did.
But what 21-year-old can buy a house now?
Not many.
Unless their parents just...
And that's just it.
finance
If they're doing it, it's some big help from mom and dad.
Yeah.
Or grandma and grandpa.
So ultimately that's wrong, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's wrong for particularly my generation, your baby boomers, to have so completely fucked people under the age of 30 in order for us to have $2 million houses, that the people under the age of 30, unless the baby boomer
Is helping.
lucky enough
Mm-hmm.
to do that, they're not going to own a home, right?
No, it's...
Because we're talking about Tottenham. Right?
Yeah.
Excuse me, but look, like $1 million house in Tottenham, like
It's wild.
Surely it should be 600, right? Really?
Yeah, like we never used to have house prices like this, but last few years, it's... People want to live there. They want to live in our... Simcoe County has grown a lot.
A lot. And yeah, it has grown a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it will continue. Simcoe will actually continue to grow, although there's some places in Ontario may actually shrink now that we have changed the immigration rules.
Immigration, yeah.
Yeah, because like the people who move to Simcoe, which is north of Toronto for folks across Canada, it's quite a bit north of Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay. An hour and a half to the Scotia Centre. That's just people who are already here.
Right.
Moving to that location. This is like in-province movement.
Yes.
Okay. There's very few people who are brand new to Canada who are coming to that area.
Right.
But what happens is when there's just a natural progression because we don't build any houses, right?
No.
We don't.
No.
Simple as that. We don't build any
We're
houses
not
in
building.
Ontario.
We're way behind on building, and we're going to continue to be way behind on building for what feels like ever.
Well, particularly next year,
Yeah.
because you and I both know there's no new condo projects starting
No.
at all. Okay. And you don't really have any new subdivisions starting, do you?
Our town subdivisions they've been in the works for years.
But
They're starting. They're not starting. Like,
they're not digging them, right?
well, we have one that is started and the other that is finishing now, but that's about it in my small town.
But the reality is, your area could boom if you got a little bit of highway, right?
100%.
Yeah, and there's room,
And we're not far from the highway from the 400. We're about 15 minutes.
right? And you're abused by the Greenbelt rules.
Yes.
Ultimately, everybody in Ontario who would like to say, we need a satellite community here. We need we need to bring in infrastructure. We need to bring in a big pipe for sewer. We need to do all these things.
Water is huge in our,
big issue, right?
it's the biggest issue.
Biggest issue, yeah.
It's massive. It delayed builders. These builders sold these homes without letting the buyers know we have no water.
Exactly. So
And then one of our arenas fell apart and the builder was like, oh, here's some cash to fix it. And look, guess what? Water magically appeared.
water appeared. Here's the thing, folks. I mean, this is the really weird part about the way we run Ontario. It's like that kids. I don't know you ever saw that kids book, Everybody Poops. Okay, so that's actually what the problem in a lot of we have so many infrastructure problems that we don't realize that. Yeah, we can get you some drinking water.
Right.
We can get drinking water to your subdivision, but we got no water treatment. So and because everybody poops,
Right.
we have to
We
treat
need
that.
this.
We need
Yes.
wastewater treatment. Okay, and that's going to cost $50 million.
Right.
Okay? And we can't afford it.
Right.
So it's all about crappy policy decisions in the end. Because you're quite right. I've even been in Queen's Park where the ministers told me, yeah, we don't have water treatment in enough places in Ontario. If we wanted to expand, even if we did something with the Greenbelt, we don't have enough water treatment. So you just got to call that poor planning, folks. That's all you can do. Very poor planning.
Welcome to Canada.
If If you like the pod, well, don't just sit there. Go to YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and all the other ones and like the pod. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep being angry at mortgages and swearing about mortgages. Angry Mortgage could use your support.